Hi guys, starting to get dark now. We're probably about 20 minutes away from sunset in the woods. It's November, so it's getting dark around 4:30ish in the UK. Intention is to sleep in the woods tonight, only using this shelter. This is an emergency shelter. They sell these on eBay. These things about something like £3.50. So we're going to set this up. This is kind of what is the minimum you can really get away with. Maybe in an emergency situation, keep this in the bottom of your bag. Does it work overnight, or does it even work if you just want a quick night in the woods after work? Let's get into it. So just to show you everything that I've got with me tonight, it really is bare bones. This is probably the sort of stuff, if you had to sleep in the woods in a survival situation, probably the things you'd hope to have with you. So we've got a 1 litre bottle of water. We've got a Snickers Duo, just for some calories. Phone, obviously, goes without saying, handy. You know, you can navigate your way with it. Maps, OS Maps app is on here. A torch. Obviously, we're not too far away from civilization, so we're actually in the bubble for Uber taxis and ride taxis. So in a worst case scenario, if I really need to get out of the woods, I can just summon a taxi. Probably have to walk a bit. I don't think many Ubers are going to come just to spooky woods, just on the edge of Buckinghamshire. So might have to walk a little bit if I did really need a taxi, but that's not the intention. Phone, as you say, you know, you can phone people, get help if you really need it, and just a set of car keys. Nothing special on the car keys. This is actually my girlfriend's set of keys. My set, I have a lighter and a few little like toolie type things on there. This is actually the girlfriend's set. So literally nothing special out here tonight. A little bit of water, 1 litre of water if we need it. A little bit of chocolate to eat, phone with a torch with various apps on it, and car keys. That's it. And of course the shelter itself. Let's get the shelter set up, see what it looks like, and hopefully a comfy enough night in the woods. There you go, all-weather emergency bag. I'm not actually expecting it to rain tonight. The weather forecast doesn't say it's going to rain. Low temperature is probably going to get down to about 8 degrees, so not overly cold. Not expecting rain, but it has been very misty, very dewy in the mornings lately, so we probably are going to get some dew out and about. My biggest concern is the amount of condensation that's going to be in by just sleeping inside this bag. If you ever slept in some of the cheaper like sleeping bag liners, bivvy bags, you'll know that you do get a lot of condensation in them if they're not Gore-Tex, if they don't breathe. Obviously this isn't Gore-Tex. For £3 you're not going to get a Gore-Tex survival bag. It is that reflective like mylar material, so it probably will keep in a lot of the heat, but condensation is my biggest concern at this point. I'm not usually one for worrying about a pillow when I sleep. I do have the hood, so I've actually got 2 hoods. This is the only other thing that I have got with me. I am actually wearing 2 jackets, no sleeping bag. No sleeping bag, we're just wearing 2 jackets. This is more a thinner one, and this one that's slightly thicker. So I'll probably have both hoods up, and I'm not really like a pillow person. I think just the 2 hoods up will give me enough cushioning for my head. I'll probably angle it a little bit like that, so head's uphill. But there you go, that is the emergency sleeping bag. So condensation is my biggest concern at this point. Alright guys, the light's starting to fade away quite quickly now, so I'm probably just going to try and sleep. You see, it's quite early I work night shifts, so I'm kind of used to sleeping whenever. First light is about 7:15, or sunrise is about 7:15 tomorrow. So we'll check in then. That should be plenty of time to test the sleeping bag. If condensation does build up in it, it's like, what is that, 15 hours? 15 hours in the sleeping bag. Maybe I'll get up a bit before that, walk around. There should be plenty of time to test the sleeping bag out. Catch up with you in the morning. Alright guys, it's just coming up 7 AM now. Sun is just starting to rise. They've got the red sky over there, sun just coming up. So overnighter using the emergency bivvy bag. I slept pretty well. The ground here is pretty soft. I mean, if it was much colder, you probably would want to put some insulation down, or at least a roll mat, because you probably would lose a lot of heat through the ground. I really didn't feel cold at all. Let's say I'm wearing, just doubling up on the jackets, which I guess mimics a sleeping bag anyway. So the cold wasn't an issue. The condensation, that wasn't really an issue either. Maybe because I was consciously aware of it. I had often had like the bivvy bag like pulled a bit down, just to kind of let drier air circulate and let, you know, any like perspiration get out, rather than forming condensation in the bag. If it was a lot colder, maybe condensation would have been a bigger problem. Maybe you'd have that like warm air touching the cold material in really cold weather. Maybe that would condense, and maybe it'd also condense more if you like had the bivvy bag pulled like right over you, again if it was cold. So I'll be interested to do like more experiments when it does get colder, see if it survives that. But just to have like an emergency shelter in your bag that you can pretty much take anywhere with you. This is pocket size, it weighs almost nothing. To have that ability, it seems like a good option. And also for like long distance trails where you know you want to sleep and maybe you don't want to take the weight of a bash shirt or a tent, you could just have this in your bag with a sleeping bag. Say maybe play around with it, see if you get any condensation issues. But definitely I think for long distance trails where you want to have a sleep, a few hours sleep at night, you could probably do that very well and for very little weight. So it seems like a good bit of kit. I mean, for £3, it's lasted well. There was 1 or 2 tears. I mean, there's quite a few twigs around here, like twigs, like, you know, little small little sharp bits coming off. It picked up a little tear there, but you could probably use this numerous nights on the go. So I think it's a good tool. I think it's a good tool to have, and just another option you have for a shelter if you want something very light and very easy to carry. Shelter packed, got the water bottle, we're done.